All right, and I mean it's a completely different story when you're talking about Toledo and talking about Idaho Falls, but I got the Apostles.
Yeah.
You know what? They got the experience. They got the seniority. Not not that the Tumbleweeds don't. They got two starting seniors that are both averaging tons of points. I just really like
I
the
mean,
Apostles. I really like Charlie Smith. He can score. He can score on anybody, and you know that Bobby. I mean, I can't. I'm not even gonna give you a set lineup for the Apostles because they switched around more than my grandpa switches up his toupee. Like they switch it up all the time. So I got the Apostles.
I do, and I mean, if Toledo plays Anchorage, if Toledo gets past Idaho Falls, which they won't, they will lose to whoever they play in the next round.
All right, we've already talked about that matchup. We're gonna move on to Gainesville against Dover Montgomery. You obviously picked Dover, and I obviously picked Montgomery. How do you see this one?
Well, Dover, one of my favorite teams in the league, just to watch. I just love the way they play the game. They won't be able to get past Gainesville. Gainesville is so underrated. No one talks about them that much, but they have so much talent, and they're going to be able to get it out in the end. Like I said, they're freshmen all on the bench. They're amazing freshman class, all just right now playing the student as the starters play the teacher.
All right, and for me, Gainesville's good. Gainesville has a lot of great players, a lot of players that know how to win. Not that Montgomery doesn't though. Like Montgomery's a good team. I really like Montgomery. I really love their experience. They seem to win when the time's right. They seem to win in the when the game's on the line. They got a tall lineup. They got a lot of tall players. Reminds me of a lot of the ambassadors.
And I mean, they do.
But Gainesville's lost one game.
They do. And here's the thing. Okay, when you look at, I'll go back to Dover because I just love talking about this team. Their last game, the win in the conference championship by 15 points against the Annapolis Ironclads. That's a win. That's a win that'll put respect in this team. And I don't know how they really are so low. I mean, they've lost to Annapolis 2 times before, and Cincinnati, and that's their only losses. So, I mean,
So who you taking?
I'm taking Gainesville after the Cherokee O'Brien misses the buzzer shot, falls down, and starts crying.
Yeah.
It's going to be an emotional time.
Chester Holly. I don't need to say anything else.
Yeah, he's great.
He's got it. Montgomery's going down. I'm sorry, Montgomery. You're a great team. Thank you for promoting Conference 11. But, yeah, that's it. Moving on to the Sweets at 16. I'm sorry, but I gotta take Omaha.
I do too. Omaha makes it the Elite Eight for sure.
I got Indianapolis playing them, but
No way.
it doesn't
It's not gonna be a
matter.
chance.
Omaha's good. Omaha's tall. Omaha's old. Half the guys on their team have gray beards. Jeez, I'm just telling you, they're good. They're Vipers. They win. Anyway, moving on.
I mean, okay.
I don't want to beat a dead horse, but go ahead.
I mean, this is finally where Idaho falls because they're playing Gainesville, which is finally going to be the team that's going to shut them down. It's going to be Idaho Falls' first loss of the season. Gainesville, Chester Holly, like we keep on saying, Rollin Man, just great players. They just know how to play the game. I think this is finally their year to really make noise in this bracket.
I agree. Gainesville over Anchorage in my case. It's been a great run, Anchorage. You're the 11th seed. You've been playing good, but this is where the trip stops. They have too many people that you can't defend. They have too many weapons that you can't switch your lineup around. They're too good, and that's it. Which leaves us with our Elite Eight matchup for the Final Four, the number 1 seed against the number 2 seed. In both our cases, the Omaha Vipers against the Gainesville Bomb Squad.
Yeah, and I'm looking at you, Coach. I'm looking at you, Devo 5, right now, because how well you can prepare your men and prepare yourself for this game will determine whether you're in the Final Four or not. And right now I have faith in you because you have so much talent on your roster. Omaha is so talented that even though Gainesville, Like we say, probably I'd say top 5 most talented teams this year. They're a 2 seed. I mean, I think they're 7 in the nation. I'm not sure exactly the number, but it's going to be a great game. I think Omaha pulls it out.
Disagree completely. Omaha, the more talented team. The better players, the older team. Gainesville, not as good of a team. They're younger, less experienced, haven't played a lot of games. But, and this is the biggest but I've said all day, Gainesville has a coach, Mbase, or whatever you call him, who knows how to win. He's been around, he's been in the game.
Yes.
Devo 5 doesn't know his players. He just had the team fall in his lap, basically.
I mean, he got hired. He's a good coach.
He got hired. He's a good coach. But he didn't recruit those guys. He didn't pick them. He didn't chase after them. He doesn't know them. Bosse knows his players, and he knows them well. He knows them well enough to take them to the Final Four. Take him to this promised land. And I see a big contract extension in Bosse's career after he makes it to the Final Four. That's what's going to happen. That's the way it works. He's going to make it to the Final Four. He's going to get a huge extension, and they're going to put a statue in his name when he...
And, I completely agree with you, and I do think he's going to get an extension after he reaches the Final Four next season. Not this season. Because this season he's playing a Omaha team that, you're right, maybe the coach doesn't know him as well. But at the same time, the players know the game better than Gainesville's players.
All right, I guess as often is the case...
How are you going to stop Jim Armstrong?
We agree to disagree. Jim Armstrong, I'm just telling you, he can be stopped. They got the team. They have a great team here. They will compete and they will win. That's it. All right. Well, thank you for joining in, and keep tuned for us as we continue our breakdown of our bracketology with the west side of the brackets coming up shortly.
It's the east side coming up shortly.
The east side, my bad. Thank you very much. Goodbye.